Hello,
It was. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Are you?
I'm good, thank you. Where
Right.
are you?
Sorry.
Where are you?
In the centre of England.
What city?
So, are you in your hometown in Sweden?
No, actually, we're down in Malmö at the moment, which is down south.
All right. Have you
We
been
did,
performing?
yeah, we did a gig here last night. We're doing 5 shows now when we're recording for a live album.
Oh, well, that's it. That's good.
Yeah.
Um, how far ahead are you recording this?
What was that?
How far down the line are you recording this? Is it nearly done? Have you still got more to
No,
do?
no, this was the first show yesterday, and we're doing
Yeah.
five all together, and then we'll pick the best versions. And so yeah, it's like we always said you want one of those fold out double vinyl live albums like all your heroes. Has to be
Yeah,
done.
definitely. So for people who don't know, you're Connie Bloom from Electric Boys,
Yes.
and you started out in 1987, I believe.
Way back, yes.
Yes, way back. Way back when
So,
I was discovering bands a little bit heavier, like Slayer and Megadeth. And my lady, who's not here right now, she was discovering bands like yourself and these guys behind me. So now we're together. Our our music collections sort of got combined, and we listen to each other's music.
well, that's good. That's great.
Yeah. So you formed it with Andy Christel, is that correct?
Yeah.
And he's the bass player. You're the guitar, sitar, and singer of the band.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't call myself sitar player, but I'm a guitar player for sure. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I've heard some sitar on some of the
Yeah.
songs, so I assume that was you.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah, your sitar playing is definitely better than anything I could rustle up. So,
Yeah.
um, you had a single out, which was your debut single, for your album Funko Metal Carpet Ride,
Yeah.
and the single was All Hips and Lips, or Lips and Hips.
Lips and hips. Yeah.
Because the funny story is, I was down at Wolverhampton in the UK last Saturday to see Choir Boys.
Yeah.
And we were in the local pub called the Gifford Arms, and
Okay.
that song was on, and I was dancing to it with my partner and two other lovely ladies.
Right.
Yeah, so it's very random that that song was on, and here I am
Yeah.
talking to you now.
Yeah.
So, how was
That's
it back in the beginning?
um okay. Where do I start? I mean, we because it was in the beginning, we were all really excited. We were anxious to record the album and get it out there and start touring. Basically, of course. In those days in Sweden, everyone was singing in Swedish, and it was very pop oriented. So we actually didn't think that we'd stand much chance in Sweden because what we did was something different from that. But then, so the idea was to go to America and try to find a management and get out of Sweden as fast as possible, basically. But as it turned out, um, I guess people needed something new because, as you know, what is it? Talent, timing, and a bit of luck or something like that. It's like we were lucky that we came at that time because it ended up being the opposite. We got 4 out of 5s and five stars, whatever, from all the magazines, and everybody really loved it. Really, I mean, it became like a hype really fast around the band, and so we were actually pretty surprised about it. That okay, could this work in Sweden? Really?
Well, you got lots of
Yeah, it
traction
was
on
great. Great.
MTV.
Yeah,
And yeah, you got a lot of traction of MTV, and I suppose your sort of music really appealed to the American market because they had a lot of them sort of bands knocking around. I mean, you're sort of like a funky groove, but I'd call it a bit of a grimy sort of sound to do with centered a lot around women, which goes down very well with a lot of clubs and pubs and that
yeah,
sort of scene.
yeah, yeah. I don't know
Yes.
what to say. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
because
we
you
do.
did really well, but you also got a lot of traction here in the Great Britain with your first
Mm.
single.
But we, I mean, our favorite bands, all of them, was always from America or UK. I mean, you
Yeah,
guys came up with the best. I mean, the Who and the Stones and all sorts of great bands from. I mean, I can't picture the Who coming from Sweden. It's so English and so great.
yeah.
So I mean that's where we got is- our inspiration from all those great bands. And that's why,
So
again, that's why we felt we needed to get out of Sweden because we felt more connected to Aerosmith or something like that than any Swedish band,
yeah,
and we still do.
definitely. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and I can definitely see the connection with something like Aerosmith and a little bit of Skid Row, and definitely like Dogs Don't More and Choir Boys, and um, but also I'm a big Rolling Stones fan, and I don't hear it so much in your music, but more with your style.
yeah. No, I agree. I mean, and AC/DC is probably the best rock band in the world for me, but it's not like we sound like them. I mean, our I think what we do is has always been a combination of so many different styles and all these different inspiration sources makes it what we are. But yeah, I mean, you can be inspired by the Stones or Hendrix or something like that, but you don't need to like rip them off because of that.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
So what happened in '94? Because your band you split up for quite a while.
Um, we changed two members before the third album uh, and got a bit tired of the funk thing. So the third one ended up being a little bit more 70s hard rock riff oriented, I guess. But then there wasn't the record company when the album was finished. And we said like, oh, what are you gonna do now, promotion wise? And they said, well, we don't have any money left. And I'm like, what? I went, no, we don't have any money. But I mean, like, haven't you counted into your budget to have money for promotion? What I mean, we didn't get it. What was going on there? Because I don't feel we like ran over budget. Maybe a little bit, some remixing or something like that. But so that was like it didn't get a proper release plan. Uh, it was actually pretty shit. So uh, I I mean we have been going pretty. I mean, all the time. We were touring all the time for 6 years, pretty much, and then making these albums in between. So when that happened, it was after the changing of the members, and then all of a sudden them not promoting the album. I think, I mean, the air just went out of me. I couldn't at that time. I couldn't see myself writing a new good album. It was pretty basic. If you don't feel that, you shouldn't keep going. So
Yeah, yeah, I get that. Because you came back in, was it 2009 you reformed? Because you and Andy actually went and joined Hanoi Rocks for a period. They're a another well known hard rock band.
yeah,
Um, but then you reformed in 2009 in 5 studio albums later. So you obviously found your spark again.
yes, we did. And I mean, me and Andy, the bass player, we were in Hana Rocks for 4.5 years, which is which I love. I mean, I was one of the guys in the audience, when they started out. First time I saw him, it was actually me and Andy, well, not McCoy, the bass player. We went to a place in Stockholm and saw him before we knew much about them, and we were totally blown away. It was really good. And where am I going with this? What were you saying?
About how you ended up joining them.
Well, how that was. Andy said when we got to meet them, I opened up with a band called Road Rats, a trio that we had with the original drummer from Hanoi Rocks. So we opened up for them in Finland on a tour, and so we became friends then. And he said we should play together at some point, and eventually it happened. So I thought it might last for a year or something like that. It'd be great fun to do
Yeah,
it, but it ended up being 4.5 years.
yeah.
So
And
then,
then
yeah, now I know what I was gonna say. So after that, because that's another type of hard rock or rock, whatever. I mean, a little bit more straightforward, I would say, more punky. So that was great doing that. Also great to share guitars with Andy and not having to focus on being the frontman and singer. But then after 4.5 years, it kind of felt inspiring to do just that again. So, and I asked Andy, the bass player, AC, we called him, not to confuse things with in Hanoi Rocks. But I said, "What do you feel like doing? When we were on the boat going back to Sweden, is so I feel like putting Electric Boys together again. Yeah, I've been thinking about that too. We should call the guys. So yeah, that's how it happened.
yeah. So out of your 5 albums, is Grand Explosivos is a good one, but the actual song Grand Explosivos isn't on that album. It's on your new EP, but we'll get to that. Um, we'll get to that shortly. But do you have a favourite album out of these 5? One that you thought was like the pinnacle of your songwriting compared to your original funker metal Carpet Ride?
What was the question? If I feel that
Which is there an album that you think is as
oh,
good as or better as than the original debut album?
I don't know. First of all, I don't listen to him. Only time I listen to him is if we're going on the road and we need to I need to figure out what the hell I'm doing on the record. No, I don't have favorites like that. I have there's songs on all the albums and
Yeah.
parts and stuff that I like. So it's difficult to say like that.
Yeah, because I've got to say I liked Grand Explosivos. I thought that was a really good album. I enjoyed listening to that. I haven't listened to your full back catalogue, but I did listen to your 89 album, and there are a lot of similarities. It's like you're doing a full arc background again, and I did really enjoy them. So um, that's good. But back in the days when you first started, you supported Thunder.
Yeah,
Um, and I believe you also opened for Metallica, which is, from my point of view, an odd collaboration sort of thing. You opening for
yeah.
Metallica, they're totally different genres, but it was in Sweden, so it sort of makes sense with you being um, probably the biggest rock band out of Sweden.
It was a weird bill, and I think it was that it might have to do with that our manager had worked with them at Phonogram, but that might be part of it. But I think the main thing was that they needed someone in the last minute, sort
Right.
of.
Okay.
Like maybe somebody jumped off or couldn't do the gig or whatever, and we got to do it. But yeah, I do remember like, wow, this is different. What are the Metallica fans gonna think about us? But what was also fun was that that was the first gig with the two new members, the guys that came in for freewheeling. That was the first gig they did, so that was a bit shaky.
So, yeah. Did you go down very well? Were it good?
It was all right. Yeah, it was. We were happy with it,
Yeah.
but
Did you
it
stay
was fun.
around
It
to
was fun.
watch?
I give you a Spinal Tap moment because life is full of them, you know. But the stage obviously was really big, really wide, and I'm on my side going over on stage right, and the other guitar player who was one of the new guys was on the other side, and the intro comes on, and he comes running like really fast, and it's like all nervous. And it's like, what's this? Well, it's the intro. I'm like, oh shit, haven't I told you? Okay. And he's like, how long? He said, when are we gonna? I'm like, just run back to you. I'll give you a sign. And then he says to his guitar tech, shit, this is the first gig. I'm really nervous. And he hands him the guitar and says, yeah, it's my first gig as a guitar tech as well. Good luck. So yeah, it was a bit. It was a test, but I
Oh,
think it
yeah.
worked out.
Oh, brilliant. See, you mentioned Spinal Tap, just not far from where I live. Graham Oliver from Saxon lives, and he was followed around by Harry Shearer, who wrote The Simpsons, but he also wrote Spinal
Mm.
Tap. And he says there's a bit in the film which actually happened, and he was on stage, and fell backwards, and the roadies come and like lifted him straight back up, and then they carried on playing, and they actually used that in the film, and I thought that was absolutely fabulous.
Everything in the movie has happened. A lot of
Yeah,
it has happened to me as well. It's just normal life. Like Steven Tyler said, it's like what it's like a biography. I mean, like a documentary. But
yeah.
somebody said that Iron Maiden walked out of the premiere like they didn't even think it was funny. I don't know if it's true, but I mean, it is so close to the truth that yeah,
I
it's
made him
fantastic.
probably thought it was real and not tongue in cheek, but
Yeah, I mean, because it is that close. That's
yeah.
what's so genius, you know. I
So
haven't seen the new one, but I will.
yeah, no, go
I
on.
I haven't seen the new one, but I will, of course.
All right,
The
yes,
new,
I think we'll all be queuing up for that one, so I won't mind watching that. But going back to the original one, the Stonehenge is the bit where I cry with laughter. That's moving on.
yeah.
I could talk about Spinal Tap all day. Moving on. So, like I mentioned before, you supported Thunder. Um, what other bands have you played with on the road and supported?
We done open up for I mean both Hanoi and Electric Boys. We played. We done open up for Alice, Motorhead. Uh, Electric Boys did a tour. The biggest tour that we did was with Mr. Big and Hardline with Neil Sean from
Yeah,
Journey.
yeah.
Uh,
Going back to Thunder, they've got a Spinal Tap one to do with Download Rock Festival, and they ordered all these Thunder T-shirts for the latest tour and latest album, and they were sent Little Mix T-shirts. So the lead singer proudly wore his Little Mix pop group T-shirt on stage. He just thought, I'm just going to go with it anyway.
yeah.
So that's brilliant. I had the pleasure of being introduced to your music through your new EP, which is
Uh,
Shady Side of Time. I reviewed it for Metalliville online magazine and for myself, which is Dale's Gig Reviews. And there's only 4 songs on it. Head Honcho, Grand Explosivos, I keep on getting that wrong. Looking for VJJ and Keep It in the Dark. Um, Keep It in the Dark, I absolutely loved. I thought it was a very good song. And when you finally read my review when it's posted, you'll see that is definitely the highlight. But how come only 4 songs on the EP? It was very short.
Well, it wouldn't be an EP if there was more songs, right?
No,
No, but
you
it
usually
was.
get about five. I was
Oh,
left
really?
wanting more, which is a good thing.
Oh, maybe there is five sometimes. I'm so old school. I'm thinking like same thing on both.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, no, but the thing is that we recorded all these songs when we did the album, and then we didn't want the album to be too long, so we had to take some stuff away, and it just ended up being. Somebody asked me, is it weren't they good enough? So that was like taken away, but it wasn't actually. That's not why they're not on the album. It was that we just tried to make a good sequence, a running order that would feel dynamic and include whatever we wanted it to be, and that's how it ended up being. So, and then someone said a little while ago, someone said that, "Wait, hang on, we got this extra songs left over." So, and we listened to them, and we were actually a bit surprised, like, "Wow, these are pretty good. Let's do something with them." So, yeah, that's how it came about. And also, it was good just to get something out while we're in the process of making this live album, so there wouldn't be too much time in between.
Do you have a working title for your live album, or is it just going to be Electric Boys Live, or is it going to be something different?
For
Or
for now, it's greatest hits live because we feel that it would be a good thing to have a greatest hits as well. So we said let's just do combine them and do both.
yeah,
And also, I think nowadays, I don't know. I mean, sometimes live albums used to be a big thing. I mean, a lot of our favorite bands that was like their breakthrough. Kiss
yeah,
Alive and Live and Dangerous and Made in Japan and all that. But then maybe record companies started feeling that it might not be the most commercial thing or whatever. But I'm kind of thinking that it might turn into the opposite because of all this AI and all these
yeah,
bands with all the backing tracks and everything. That people who are really interested, I think, is gonna enjoy in the future. Is gonna enjoy when people really make real music
yeah.
and not depend on backing tracks too much and or AI produced music, whatever. I'm hoping so anyway.
I like a good live album. My first introduction to Iron Maiden was Live After Death album, and
Y-
and obviously you've got Deep Purple's um,
Yeah,
Japan album. There's some fantastic live albums out there. So and it
it
always gives
is.
you a good feel of what you're going to see as well, and that nice anticipation of if you've not seen it live before and you can listen to it and you're like, yeah, I want to go and see these guys.
Yes. Yeah, I hope so. And we just started working with the management in America, and they thought it would be a great because we haven't done anything there for well since the '90s. So they felt like doing a live album with or a greatest hits, or as it is now, a combination would be a good way to like reintroduce the band or remind people again of who we are. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see how it goes with that, but we're having a good time recording it anyway to begin with, which is where it has to start.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, so you're on tour at the moment in Sweden.
Yeah,
Have you got a wider European UK tour on the cards or
nothing booked that I can tell you about, but they're working on it right now, like some co-bills and looking at festivals and etc.
yeah.
So yeah, fingers crossed there will be some good stuff.
Well, hopefully you come to a town near me and I can drag my lady and she'll be there. She loves this sort of music, so she'll be there in her cowboy boots and having a good
We
time.
we're definitely planning on coming back to UK next year for sure, but I don't know when, and it's not planned. It's I think it's gonna depend on when the album comes out, so we can time it
Yeah.
time it with that so that we can sell the vinyl at the gigs and all that.
Yeah. Will you be releasing it on physical copies, vinyl and
Yes, for
CDs and
sure. Gotta have the double vinyl. That's the whole thing.
your nice big gatefold with all the
Yep.
photos? Yeah.
Yes. Gotta have one of those in the collection.
Well, that'll be one that I'll be definitely buying then to go with our vast vinyl collection. We love vinyl; you can't beat it. Um, so going on my back to my beautiful lady Tracy, when we come to an end of an interview, she gets me to ask her question, which is, tell me something about you that the UK audiences don't know.
Well, I don't think the UK audience have any clue on what I'm singing on my Swedish solo albums. That's one of the things.
Yeah,
The first one I did was 10 years ago, so next year, so in April, I'm gonna do like a 10-year thing and play the whole album from the beginning to the end. One of those
yeah,
things in
all in
April, which
Swedish.
will be fun. Yeah, it's all in Swedish.
Oh, wonderful. But it's been a pleasure talking to you. Your new EP is Shady Side of Time. Your last album, which I've got here, is Grand Explosive. No, it's upside down, isn't it? Sorry. Where are we? My writing is
Oh,
terrible. I can't read my own writing. So, your last album was Upside Down, is that correct?
the latest one was Grand Explosive. Upside Down was the one before that.
Yeah, I've got the dates the wrong way around. So
Yeah,
shoot
easy
the
to do.
researcher, which is me. And Explosivos, the actual title track of that is on your EP, Shady Side of Time. So you
Yeah,
need to buy them both. Obviously, you've got to get them both for them to make sense.
obviously everybody has to buy all our albums.
That's right. So we need to get everybody to buy your full back catalogue to
Yep,
appreciate the journey that you've been on.
buy two of each.
So yeah, so your EP Shady Side of Time I've reviewed and it'll be online shortly. And you've got your live album coming up, which is all exciting stuff with your Gatefold, and hopefully a wider tour for 2026. And I look forward to seeing you then.
Yeah, man. We'll come
Yeah,
back.
and
Nice
thank you very
talking to
much
you,
for your
man.
time. Yeah,
Thank you.
all right, see you later.